All right, guys, Amazon had their earnings report, and first off, I wanted to say that they did not announce a dividend. A lot of investors were hoping they would, just like Google did, just like Meta did, but they did not. Also, I did not see anything about them buying back their shares, so maybe they don't think the stock is undervalued right now, okay? But having said that, their earnings did beat across the board for this quarter, although slightly, nothing beat huge, okay? Except I can say that operating income was up 200%, and then net income tripled. So they definitely crushed that, because remember last year, year-over-year comparisons, I put out a video on this, they had negative 10 billion in cash flow, whereas now they're in the positive. So obviously they're going to show big gains there, okay? But that's a good sign, okay? But they did, however, reduce, or their guidance is only supposed to be 7 to 11% revenue growth, okay, for the next quarter, whereas analysts were expecting 12 billion. So if you take the midpoint, right, 9%, that's a big miss there. So we'll see if the stock stays up. Overall, this is a great company. If you've been holding this company, just keep on holding. Ideally, I would have liked to see you buy this a long time ago when I was recommending it. If you're debating on buying now, personally, I wouldn't, unless it's a tiny position and you're gonna dollar cost average if it does dip, okay? But their advertising business is why I like Amazon long, because that's accelerating, and that's gonna be a big growth driver for them, you know, moving forward. This was their first quarter actually where they had advertising with all Prime members, okay? And that did slightly beat, but I expect that to accelerate, okay, more as we move forward. Also, AWS obviously is big. It's 62%.
You're still on the fastest route.
Sorry, 62% of their money comes from AWS. So that's the cash cow. And with AI, so many companies, right, intertwining their businesses with AWS too. You know, this was good that this did beat expectations, okay, with AWS, although slightly, like I said, across the board, everything were slight beats. But my only concern, the only blemish was the revenue guidance. So we'll see if the stock holds. You never know. Okay, it may just trade around the flat line. But like I said, the risk reward isn't really in your favor now. Like I said, these AI stocks that have rallied over 100% since 2023, right? I would wait for dip buying opportunities at this point. You don't always have to be buying something. I think this is a period you do nothing. We have the Fed meeting tomorrow, obviously. We don't know what's going to happen in the future, right? We need to see a couple inflation reports come in lighter than expected, I feel like, to get excited again. So the upside in a lot of these AI stocks is limited for now, but don't lose sight of the big picture. I believe AI is still in the beginning stages of this boom, okay? Amazon, you know, NVIDIA, Microsoft, these were the early winners. There's going to be other winners eventually, okay? And things will get exciting again once we get closer to an interest rate cut, but we're not there yet.